You know, the special relationship between the U.S. and Britain was built over centuries and really forged on the battlefields of Europe. As we approach the 75th anniversary of D-Day, much of that credit belongs to two men, as David Martin reports.
Almighty God, our sons, pride of our nation, this day have set upon a mighty endeavor.
President Roosevelt led the nation in prayer as the liberation of Europe began, a mighty endeavor made possible by his extraordinary friendship with the British Prime Minister, Winston Churchill.
It's been described by some as the most consequential friendship of the 20th century.
Herbert Eberhard is curator of the FDR Museum in Hyde Park, New York, where the public unity and private arguments of the two leaders are on display. Many of the documents for the first time ever.
Despite the ups and downs of the war, despite sometimes disagreements between the two men, they always remained on a personal level friendly.
Churchill believed a landing in France was too great a risk, but their other ally, the Soviet Union's Joseph Stalin, insisted on it.
Roosevelt, sitting in the center, makes the decision that he agrees with Stalin, and Churchill has to come along.
And Churchill does not look happy.
No, he realized that he was on the short end of this decision.
Churchill warned the public of what was to come.
1944 will see the greatest sacrifice of life by the British and American armies.
As the day of battle approached, he cabled Roosevelt, "Our friendship is my greatest standby amid the ever-increasing complications of this exacting war."
I think at moments like this, moments of crisis, he would often say very heartfelt things to Roosevelt.
Roosevelt did not live to see the final victory. Reading from these notes, Churchill told the House of Commons, "In Franklin Roosevelt there died the greatest American friend we have ever known." After the war, he visited his friend's grave.
Churchill stood by Roosevelt's grave for 3 minutes in silence. We don't know what he was thinking. We can only imagine.
And only imagine what the world would be like today had it not been for the friendship of two men. David Martin, CBS News, Hyde Park, New York.
And we will take you to France for extensive coverage of the D-Day anniversary this week. Anthony Mason will co-anchor this broadcast from Normandy tomorrow and Thursday.
Is curator of the FDR Museum in Hyde Park, New York, where the public unity and private arguments of the two leaders are on display. Many of the documents for the first time ever.